Alright. We're back.
Last one, what was it called?
Trail.
Yeah, I like that. Hey, Dusty.
Hey.
How you doing?
Doing good. Just woke up.
Me too. Grab this real quick. Got you something, Lily.
I'm gonna go check my telegrams. I
All
see
right, you have a
you
good
all.
one, Dusty.
Out of curiosity, we're gonna check to see if this one is back, because that will determine whether or not the rest of them are back. This one is back. Can I pick it up? It's a tarot card, but good to know I can actually pick it up. So I can check the other ones out. We'll go ahead and just get on our horsey. We're at 12. Yeah, we're at 12. Aw, I missed him. Oh, Roy. Miss Roy too. Aw. Damn it. Damn. I sad. Dusty sad. She pouting. What the? Just a random local chilling there? Okay. Playing card or tarot? Yay, playing card. Someone's seriously robbing the bank at this hour? We'll grab this one. Then get the fuck out of here. Nice. Alright. Let's get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna check Emerald. We'll check Emerald for telegrams. I'm hoping whoever robs the bank aren't gonna go to this location for a shootout. Maybe we can, if I remember correctly, the different locations, maybe we can get it pretty quick. Dusty's determined to get the deck before he gets back. So there's one here. Of course, here goes the glitch. me around. Thank you. Jesus. Alright. There's one there. I think there's 4. One here, there's one back there. And then there's one, how do you get up here again? Oh, and there's one in the blue room. I think that's the 4. I don't think there's more than that. I'll have to go back and look at my recordings and decide. Wait, where is... Oh, it's on the other side. Is this guy dead? Hopefully this guy's dead. Yeah, it is. Alright. And no, the other one's over here. Can I get down without you being pissed off?
Morning, man.
Morning. Let me over. I don't understand why my character gets so confused about where it's going. I think it's over here? Is it not over here? Here it is. Oh. Alright, and I think the last one, if I remember correctly, is in the blue room. Which is upstairs. Nice. Okay, so it's 2 tarot and 2 playing cards this time. Which actually I think it was the last time too. So we can get out of here and move on to the next thing. Which is the wheat fields. Yes, I know we're both covered in tar right now. Alright, wheat field. Sadly, we can't get the 10 back from Valentine. Okay, so there's one where the bull is, and there's 2 in the house. I think there's 1 in the shed here. Where is the one by the pool? Let me re-look at my notes. Behind house on barrel. I don't see it. Anyone inside? Hello? Who inside house is the only thing I wrote down. This place is a lot bigger than I was expecting it to be. But I'm also not seeing the cards that he mentioned. Oh, there's one. There's two, though. Why am I not seeing the other one? Oh, there it is. So supposedly there's one behind the house somewhere. On a barrel. There, it's not a barrel, it's a box. Okay. And then the other one is in a little building. Which one? Is it that one or one of these? It says little structure, climb up. Oh wait, no, wrong thing. Across from the wheat field, the little building. So it's not this. Across from the wheat field must be this thing. Seems like someone's really putting effort in making this place theirs. Pretty cool. What? Oh, there it is. There we go. Now we can go to Emerald Ranch. We'll check the telegrams. I was intending for you to go in the middle there, but okay. I'm glad he jumped that because I didn't tell him to jump. Oh, never mind. Shit. Well, that mean Valentine's good now. Wonder if there's any in this little hovel. Would have been cool if those water things well worked. Braving all sorts of things in order to get these cards. There is one. Nice. Oh, that water bar works. I imagine it's just gonna be the one in here. What if there's one in like the barn area? Looks like no. I think there's one at this grave. The grave on the hill. No, there's a grave on the hill. Nope. I guess we need to go back to Valentine and check telegrams there. Let them know that things are going crazy around here. I guess we can start going west and looking for things there somewhere out of the area.
Christ.
Oh, I was about to send you a telegram.
We got the fucking Valentine right in the middle of a bank robbery.
Uh-huh. And I encountered the shootout.
Yeah, I didn't see you around town, so I thought, shit, did she get herself maybe a hostage?
No. As soon as I heard the explosion, I left out of town. But I was collecting playing cards and I started my way towards Emerald, and apparently they're having a shootout around there. So came back this way.
You want to go watch?
Mm, I mean, so
And,
long as we're not in the area.
yeah, no. I mean, how I was gonna watch the bank robbery from the church, but right when I got in position, they ran. All that, I was also making sure if you were a hostage, you were, alive.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
get taken hostage. I saw the group while I was over here writing telegram, then I got my way out.
Oh, I mean, I'm glad to hear that you're safe at least. Again, we can't have it be Luke's first day gone, and I immediately get you. That's gonna look real bad on me.
I got a telegram from Roy.
Oh.
Apparently he's looking for a new home for something, but he wouldn't tell me what it is in telegram, so I guess I'll have to find him at some point and see what it
A
is.
new home or something?
Yeah, he said he wants to rehome something and was asking for my help. But he wouldn't tell me what it was in telegram, so...
I mean, if it's a horse,
If it's what?
if it's a horse, I mean, it would make sense to be the farrier, I suppose,
Roy's not the farrier. Roy's the,
Oh, duh.
Roy's the drifter.
Huh.
Yeah.
Now I'm even more confused. Well, not confused, curious.
We'll see what it is. I'll, see if I can't get a hold of him tomorrow or something.
It's been a busy ass day for me today.
What was that?
Said it's been a busy ass day for me today.
Has it?
A lot of work done. Not so much connection making.
I mean, work's a good thing.
Not been very lively today. Or people were in groups that seemed a little too closed off for me to try to butt into.
Hmm. I take it I'm gonna need to, restock.
Yeah, we're down to our last jar of mash.
Alright.
Thought they went out this way with the direction they went.
I heard him shooting when I was riding up this way, and I turned myself around and rode out along with 2 other people.
Well, might they be a bit closer? Can't tell if I saw a local running or what that was. Is it a bit weird on my end?
The group just went up over the hills.
Yeah. Yeah, I just saw that. Must have just been a temporary holdout spot then.
Yeah.
It doesn't shock me. It's not really a good spot to. You would think with all the little spots you can hide behind, it'd be decent, but that means, you know, the other side can also hide in those same spots.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm glad it wasn't at the oil fields, because that's where I was gathering playing cards.
Yeah, no, I have a feeling if you start shooting over there, you'll be dealing with more than just law shooting at you.
Yeah, that's true. You got a bunch of guns over there. I'm up to 19 cards.
Oh, I'll give you mine here in a little bit, but let's head to roads then. Let's have to get to the bank anyway.
Alright.
And then we can play a proper catch up.
Yeah, okay. Hopefully that group didn't go to Rhodes.
I'm gonna laugh at that point. I'm trying to stay away.
What was that?
I said I'm gonna laugh if they end up going to roads because it's like, man, I am trying not to be directly in your way. Yeah, I'm nosy. I'm not that nosy. Yeah,
I had a
so
feeling
fine.
something was going on because, like I said, I went over to Telegrams to check my telegrams, wrote you, and then as soon as I looked up from telegrams, I saw a big group outside of Valentine. And one of them broke off to go into Valentine, so obviously a scout, and was like, probably should leave.
Oh, yep, I know that is. No, thank you. I'm good. Yeah, I was getting kind of nervous 'cause I saw it. I was about to head directly to the bank because they didn't really look like a bank robbery exactly. It looked like people just talking. And then finally someone saw their gun. I was like, all right, now I know it's a robbery.
Yeah. I was at the auction house barn, getting that, card
Yeah.
before I left because I figured I'd be disappeared up there so they wouldn't find me, and then I heard the explosion and it's like, okay, now I know what's going on.
Oh, yep, this is bad. Well, bad in the sense of not getting taken hostage, but yeah, I only stuck around Valentine's. I don't know if she was involved in that. So we're just now.
Knowing my luck.
Exactly. That's what's like. She's either in there as a hostage, or they straight up took a hostage with them, which I've heard has happened a few times.
Yeah, yeah. That does happen. Telegram stations are the best places because that's where we took both of our hostages at our bank robbery.
Good
Nope.
to know.
We were, we did intend to only get one, but then another one walked out and was like, oh, well, you're coming along with us too. Amusingly, both of them were criminals as well, and handed us our telegrams.
I mean, did they at least, they weren't wanted, hopefully.
It's by the sounds of it, it sounded like one of them was. I would
Oh,
have been the
that's bad.
comment.
That's bad etiquette there. You don't
Yeah,
want to take the man that's wanted.
yeah. I mean, I wasn't the one that was
Yo,
getting the
oh,
hostages. I heard it after the fact. It was like, oh,
yeah, that's just bad form. I get your gang shut up.
yeah, because the hostage didn't want us to say his name to the deputies. Guinness, why did you have to be right beside Sunshine?
Sorry, what?
Guinness, I was hitching him up elsewhere and Guinness decided he wanted to be right next to Sunshine.
No, maybe he has a thing for sunshine.
Maybe.
No, he likes them tall. Can't blame him.
I grabbed an herb pouch to go look for herbs today, but I got so focused on the playing cards. I guess I should
There's
just...
that.
Oh.
There's that.
Uh,
And then there's that.
oh, okay.
That's your cut from all I ran today. Also, the food's just from one of the speakeasies that were open.
Was it Bundy?
Yeah.
Okay. That'll be help. Oh. That'll be helpful.
Yeah, I tried to pick up more, but I was having the same issue as yesterday, so
Oh.
I was able to pick up one extra. But here, let's find somewhere not too out there to talk, I guess. I guess the parlor house if it's empty.
Yeah.
I don't know how much longer I'll be awake, to be quite honest.
Alright.
I got a bit of a early day tomorrow. And I
Yeah.
probably won't be around much tomorrow, but we'll wait and see, you know.
Alright. I'll just use that day to get our restock.
If you do want to do that, I can just give you the money for the sugar.
What? You don't want to do the sugar cane anymore?
Well, no, but if you're feeling like you're gonna restock it on your own, I'd rather be that my contributing to it.
What? Are you angry because you're next to Sunshine?
Good lord, man knows what he wants. What can I say?
There you go. Happy? He's got himself a little crush.
Say, listen, the man likes what the man likes. I can't fault him. I gotta respect the horse for it. But yeah, I'll just give you the cash for it this year because I feel bad if you go out and gather stuff and I might not be around.
Alright.
Like I said, I don't want to say yes and then not show up because then I feel bad. But yeah, just have a bit of a seat.
Nurse this hangover with more alcohol.
Exactly. So,
So what?
first, first off, I ran pretty much what we had left of the mash. I think there was 1 jar left. Made
Okay.
about a little over 1,000, 100 and something goes to the fund. The rest is me, but to be fair, it's also being saved up towards that, so it is what it is. Um, as for the information I got on the Irish, you never mentioned anything about something called Tiger something, so I'm gonna assume it's not the same people, because I feel like that's something you would have mentioned.
Tiger or something? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Just,
something Tiger, I think, is what he said.
hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's not anything to do with them.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that to rest for now. What else? Oh yeah, so I know you have a fondness of with things that are shiny and things that make loud noises.
Mm-hmm.
30 jugs of moonshine may have gone towards the fund of something to help make those things that go boom.
Wonderful.
So we have one of those that's stashed away somewhere safe right now,
Okay.
which is where a bulk of our mash went. But I couldn't pass it up. Usually it's bank bonds and gold bars they want,
Yeah.
so I
Well,
figured jump while I can.
we're a moonshining business mostly, so we're gonna have plenty of moonshine. So
Yeah. So let's see. I might go ahead and make some since you only need one per. I might work towards making that since a lot of it I can stash away in the apartment. Just that way I don't have to worry about it, just randomly going off.
yeah, yeah, there is always that danger.
So I'll
I
keep on the lookout for those types of jobs once we have more.
I don't remember how if the dynamite likes to bundle or not.
I think it does. Not very large bundles, but I do think it does.
Yeah, I feel like it does too. Unlike the nitro, you definitely don't want to bundle nitro.
Yeah, no. That's why I kind of want to go ahead and make that into something so if I get more, I don't have
And it
a
sounds
growing amount of possible
mhm.
explosions.
Well, it sounds like we definitely need to really work on at least
Yeah.
getting one wagon for storage.
Yeah, so got that. What else? Honestly, I think that's about it so far. I didn't run into anyone while doing those 3 separate jobs I did today.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I ran into some fellow criminals, but that's whatever. But yeah, no law, no civilians. Hell, it was kind of eerie.
Huh. And then I wake up and all this
I
stuff
just
happens.
find everyone at once. But yeah, even when I rode through town just to double check while I was getting wagon and boxes, not a single law horse at the office. I was like,
Interesting.
damn. Well, yeah, back-to-back jobs basically.
Hmm. I woke up earlier, went looking for cards and witnessed a prison transport. And then I wake up again and witness a bank robbery.
Apparently, you're waking up is just a signal for criminals to start acting up.
Apparently.
I think you're a bad influence.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of am.
Apparently. I always knew you were the criminal out of Surrey. But
What can I say?
Yeah, other than work, I really don't think I did too much. Okay, I say that. So, I go up to the Harley guy that I heard about the Irish thing, and I tell him, hey, I reached out to the owner of the Bastille to try to get more information, and he's like, oh, I really wish you wouldn't have done that. I'm like, sir, you've told a group of like 6 or 7 people about that information about the Irish. If it was meant to be a secret, that is on you, not me.
Yeah.
I could have very heard it third, fourth hand, you know. But I told him, without giving too much detail, I told him flatly, like, hey, it could be a reason of concern and safety for someone. I'm gonna press regardless of your comfort. Which he was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so he understood at the end.
yeah, he got that it wasn't just like a, oh, rival gang or anything,
Okay.
which he doesn't really know what we do. So, but yeah, I think he understood at that point that it was more of a looking out for someone rather than being nosy.
And Dusty doesn't believe in she
Uh,
doesn't feel like he should have just straight up
yeah, I was like,
asked
man, if that's meant to be a secret,
people
then you need to
involved.
do better.
But she's not gonna
I'd
say
even have to
anything.
pry that information out of you.
Yeah. Yeah, if it was meant to be, even if he did decide to open his mouth about it, probably should have like said at the same time, don't say this to anyone else, but
Exactly. Like, hey, this is on the down low. No one knows about this because he's like, oh, they didn't tell a whole lot of people about this. I'm like, okay, but that's your fault for not specifying that it was
yeah.
supposed to be. Because I mean, you hear how cities work. Everyone's talking.
Hmm. Well, it's good to hear it's not my Irish group.
Yeah, no, I don't think it is either. So that's good. We can focus on getting work done and building up. Which, speaking of which, leads me to the next topic.
Hmm.
I'll admit I can talk my way around things, be vague as hell, but I'd rather not because, well, sorry, I thought I saw something over there for a second.
Oh,
Uh, easily distracted, what can I say? But I'll just cut straight to the chase. Are you wanting to keep going further? Again, I know we've asked you this before on the whole wanting to work with us, but what I'm talking about would be essentially the similar level of what me and Luke are. Again, this would put you technically on the other side of the wall. Again, this would put you at danger of being possibly shot at if a gang takes issue with us or law takes issue with us.
this is the third time she's been asked this.
You would essentially, I mean, not quite the same level as us until a little bit more time's passed, but damn near close.
Yeah. Hmm.
I don't technically need an official answer, at least not until Luke is back. But
Did Luke ask you to ask this? Because this is the third time I've been asked.
it this one's a bit more serious, I suppose, because before you'd be able to walk away and we'd nod our heads, tell you to have a good one, and wish you luck. What we're meaning with this is there is no easy walking away. Walking away without approval is seen as betrayal, and that betrayal is not a debt that goes unanswered.
Right.
So our first questions were more, are you fine with working with criminals? Are you fine with doing, underhanded things, that sort of thing? This is more, All right. Are you now willing to dedicate building up a company of sorts? You know. Again, I don't need your answer tonight. I don't need it tomorrow. And no answer will not change how we work while Luke's gone. It's more of a thing to leave you off with. But that
Okay.
being said, it wouldn't be one-sided. You would have pretty much full access to us and any help we have to offer, or your voice would be essentially equal to ours. We might help guide a thought process here and there too if we have experience in fields you lack, which I mean, we would expect you to do the same with brewing since, well, you're used to moving shit, not really making it.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think on that. That's not something I need to answer right away.
Of course, I did not. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have accepted an answer tonight anyway, if we're being fully honest.
That's good. It's a
And,
serious question that requires a serious answer and serious thought.
of course, and if you do say no and you would prefer to stay, where you're at, you still work with us, but, at a little bit more of a distance, then that's fine. I would have to point out that that would run the possibility of someone newer coming in and might be putting them above you. Say if they also brew experience and are willing to take that sort of step forward. Not that we'd be looking for it, because that's just we'd rather have another person join us that has skills in another field.
Right.
I said I'll cut it honest. We're not like the Italians. We don't have our mob families. We don't have our ties like that. We are a group of businessmen who don't like how the government has their hands on everything, which also means that we view things more as a business than than what they would view things as. So we see a manager type that could do well, and we have one person who doesn't want to step up to that role, which is fine. It's not fit for everyone. That person would probably get placed there.
Makes sense. You view yourselves as a business type, but you still have that underlying seen as betrayal sort of mindset.
No, yeah, I mean, we are doing things that the government doesn't like, and if you have no loyalty to the government, you have no loyalty to us, then where is your loyalty lying? It's gotta go somewhere. If it's not with us,
And
then,
in the past, usually myself, like I said.
which is understandable. I'm not saying you need to entirely forgo your, you know, self-preservation, of course. It's more like this. Instead of having your back to a corner and no one's there to watch it, we're standing in a triangle of sorts, our backs against each other's. As long as I have trust that you're gonna look after my back and you have I have your trust, I'm gonna look after yours, and obviously both of us looking after Luke's, you know, a lot more sturdy than just being in that corner by yourself.
Yeah, I know. It just I've I've given my trust away in the past and it's always been broken. And it's hard for me to throw that back out there.
I understand that, which is why I'm not saying rush to it. Rush for an answer. And again, even if you don't have an answer when Luke comes by, you're still not sure. We'll keep it in mind. Well, I mean, the whole reason why I believe, again, I don't know the man. I don't know the man's mind, I should say. May have been with him my entire life, but that doesn't mean I know jack shit what's going on in that. Hopefully, not as quiet head as he is talking, because that would be insane. But I think part of the reason why he is pushing it is because you have become essentially one of the founding members of this.
I
So,
guess that's true.
in a way, it feels wrong not to continue without you being something a bit more than just our brewer. So I guess it's his way of acknowledging your work that you've put in and your already willingness to do what you can to help us. Which, let's be honest, compared to the last group you worked with, but they didn't really do much in the way to make you feel like you were part of anything.
No, not at all.
Well, we want to make sure you're part of, honestly, damn near everything with this offer.
Uh, I'll take it into consideration while thinking about my answer. I'm not
Of
saying
course.
that the two of you are untrustworthy. You both have proven yourself several times.
Oh yeah, I guess I don't take anything to heart. If I was such a sensitive man, I would not be cut out to being the one who does all the talking. Because I assure you,
Yeah,
there's been plenty of times where people have told me to fuck off and, you know, all kinds of very colorful things because I dare try to approach them with a friendly conversation because Luke wanted me to suss them out for a reason or another.
yeah.
And again, if you decide not to, you're still free to ride with us, free to work with us. You still get paid the same. You still get, nothing would really change. I'd still would expect you to help me harass Luke a bit. So that's a perk that's on the table regardless. That being said, though,
That is a pretty big perk.
that being said, though, the higher you are, the more you can get away with. Now, don't tell him I said that, because he will absolutely choke the shit out of me again. But that is technically a perk, because, I mean, if anyone else would
Yes.
have walked up to him like I did the other day and nearly choked him, they would have been shot.
Well, see, the thing is, you say that, but the times that you've said things to him, you've been choked out, you've been punched.
Oh, you don't think I don't do things back to him? I just don't do them in public half the time. Or I just say other very shitty things to him. And, things that I know makes him groan and complain. Like puns, he hates puns. So I just say puns. So yeah, no, my my reaction isn't always physical or seen. Or I just, build them up for a bit and say, oh, this is debt from your last 3 times you punched the shit out of me.
I see.
And to be fair, when we did fight that last time, I had been complaining about not fighting men. Yeah, asshole. Fighting on that damn ledge.
You wanted to fight, right?
Yeah, not on a ledge, a cliff.
It just
If
adds
I
to
would
the
have,
challenge.
yeah, but if I would have grabbed him ass and thrown him, well then shit, I just killed a man that's basically like my brother. Or if I fall down, well, then he kills me and then I can't drink anymore.
Yeah, that'd be a shame.
Exactly. But
Scratch butt.
so yeah. I could have done all dancing around the hopper, but I don't feel like it would benefit anyone.
I mean, I've been thinking about it the past 3 times it's been asked. I just
Okay, those two other tabs were different meetings. It was more of a, are you sure you want to work for us in general? You want to make that clear. This is, again, giving you essentially arrange the wagon. This
right.
is giving you full, I mean, hell, this is giving you possibly
Looks
you
time
having people
wasn't
work
like that.
directly under you with little
She's not going to
supervision
bring that
from
up
us.
though.
Before, we would be still barely supervising you. More likely to being able to, veto anything you do that we don't agree with little, say on your part. Again, I don't see us doing it because you seem fairly level-headed, but it's still a point of the matter.
I try to be.
Like I said,
Yeah,
we wouldn't even be considering this if that was something we thought we'd have to do with you.
sometimes I get a little hot-headed, but rare.
I mean, honestly, as long as you're not getting hot-headed with people who are just learning from you, if they're not purposely being idiots. If they're purposely being idiots, feel free to knock heads together.
Absolutely.
But people who are just genuinely, trying to learn. I am a strong believer of, you know, shouting doesn't make anything easier to understand.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, no, people who are just complete idiots, go off. Yeah. I don't do it mainly because that's not my role. You know, it's not my job in the company.
I'm not necessarily a shouting when hot-headed. I still remain calm. It's the whole I guess meaning behind my words and whether or not I pull a knife or a gun.
Well, still, I'll point out that maybe don't draw knives or guns on people who work for us,
Uh-huh.
unless they are actively, saying threats. Then even then, unless we're also there, I would say hold off until you're sure you have people around you who will join your side and not say, I mean, say to you and two employees you're trading. One of us being mouthy and not lobbering that threats and just being an asshole. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say meet those threats with equal threats because you don't know what that third person's gonna do. Now, unless they
Yeah.
look at you and be like, "Hey, do you want me to deal with it?" In which case, say yes, and you give that person a promotion. But that honestly, this is gonna sound a bit silly, and honestly, this is probably a little too much to share with you. But we're not, the founders of this group necessarily. What we're building. And it's more like a branch of a bigger tree.
Dusty knows this.
And well,
I
what
see.
started it was three people. Three very crucial people. And, it kind of seems fitting to have someone quickly, brought up to the top.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you're just a branch of this
In a
group
way,
or no?
it's more complicated, and given the close ties me and him have to it, I don't feel well, divulging more without him. Because even then, that's a little too much. Oh, hey, there's a car behind us.
Oh.
Again, easily distracted. But yeah, I don't really feel comfortable going more into it because even that much might be a bit too much. But
Yeah, don't tell me anything you don't feel comfortable telling me.
But I don't know. I like the idea of having a third, quickly ascend to the rest of us. Cause yeah. Plus, three heads better than two. Two heads better than one.
That's true.
Now more than three, you start getting a little crowded, but you never know.
You know, I mean, when it comes to voting things, it's always good to have an odd number.
That is real, which is another thing. Which, now granted, me and Luke do tend to vote the same way, but there have been times where we've got heads and had our arguments that were quite heated. Believe it or not, that man can in fact yell.
You know what? I can believe that.
Now, granted, most of those times of him yelling have been because I may or may not have been doing jobs completely drunk out of my mind, but I like to think it just adds to, my skill set.
We're both professional alcoholics.
I mean, yeah, so another part of my job, you know, I do here technically, which luckily we haven't had to have much need for, uh, was actually trained to be a medic.
Really?
Now, not your fancy, smancy, here's a piece of paper with your name on it sort of training, but I know how to remove bullets and stitch people up and all sorts of surgeries that are not great to do, but I know how to do them. Worked on more than a few people. And, there's a few times where I've had to be called on and I might have been having a few drinks beforehand. Not my fault I didn't know there was a thing going on that day and they could have very well been shot until I got woken up very, very loudly at 3 a.m. where I had to do, save someone's life.
I see.
But, so yeah, you know, hey, now you know that if you need stitches or whatever and you don't want to wait for a local or a state medic,
Find you when you're a little bit more sober.
I do damn fine work when I'm somewhat between buzzed and sober. It's like everything just makes more sense with the more liquor in me.
You know what? I can drink to that.
But that being said, I do think I'm going to try to get an apartment in Strawberry, like a proper one, not just a hotel room. And one of the side rooms will end up being a sort of clinic slash surgery room.
All right. Yet more money we need to
Yeah,
make.
that's why. Well, I don't see, hopefully, knock on all the wood you see, please. I don't see us needing a dedicated space for that soon. So, it can be on the back burner.
Yeah, hopefully so. I want to get off the ground with all of our business ventures before things get a
Yeah,
little.
let's try to talk our way out of situations like that.
Mm-hmm.
Did Luke tell you that he heard that Gideon apparently got septicemia?
Yeah, he told me.
I couldn't remember if he's told us both or.
Yeah, he told me overheard it. Apparently Gideon was banned at the Plucky Cactus over in Armadillo, and
No,
according to the newspaper, he's now been unbanned.
no, well, that does shock me. I was gonna say I wasn't shocked, but he turned around and re-shocked me.
I'm kind of tempted to poke at William to see what that's all about. Say I've read it in a newspaper, and what is this all about?
Oh, might as well.
See if you can
Bet you're a little bit nosy.
get me a bit more information about this Gideon guy.
Honestly, you should be like, hey, you should reban him and tell him you'll unban him if you pay you back that money. Like, hey, William, I need you to do me a favor.
I don't know if he would go with that. Go for I don't know.
I doubt it, but it would make me laugh.
It would make me laugh too if I can actually get him to do that. But I mean, though so here's the thing. So he is wanting to be a ranger or something because he's bored being the taco guy.
Hmm.
But when I first met him and he realized I was a bank robber and everything else, he kind of was reminiscing about the fact that he was a criminal. And the way he was talking, he kind of sounded sad that he wasn't robbing banks and stuff. So I feel like I could corrupt him.
I mean, is this someone you would want to bring in further?
No,
I was gonna say, like, is it worth doing, or is it just a funny haha
it's a
idea?
funny moment, funny idea.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, unless he's, you think he could be something good for us, I would say maybe don't waste your energy on corrupting the poor man.
I just
Plus, you never know, him being lawful could mean another source of information.
that's true. I mean, he willingly gave up the information about how to make cocaine and opium without even asking me why I'm curious. So
Which something I wonder if we could reach out to rangers, like, hey, where are these plants? Can you tell us?
I
So I
know,
have no idea where opium is, but I have an idea where uh, marijuana is.
um, and I've seen the coca leaves in Saint Denis while I was
Yeah,
getting water at the sink behind the medical office. I saw some of them growing. As for the poppy, he said it was in the west.
I know they're red. That's all I know.
He did say it was in the west. You can find a bunch of them in the west.
Maybe there'll be mark that up to the list of things to do tomorrow if I come around.
Yeah, because I bought an herb pouch just to because I intended to go roaming around to both find cards, but also see if I can find the herbs. But I got so focused on the cards that I didn't bother looking.
Understandable.
I am determined to get that deck put together before he comes back.
I want to, but I keep on having issues picking up cards. It's very annoying.
Are they just slipping out of your hands, or
Apparently, like, I'll pick them up, and, I'll act like I have them, and then I'll check my pockets, and I'll be gone. It's like a magic deck of cards.
hmm? Well, I know sometimes when I try to pick one up, it kind of slips out of my hand. I have to pick it up a couple of times before it.
Yeah, I had to do that to the one that was on the bench at the train station, but that one worked. But then I went to go up to the loft area and pick up that one. Act like I picked it up, couldn't see it anymore, and then I went and looked at my pockets to double check, and it was just gone.
And you sure it's not? So I thought when I picked one up last night that it just magically disappeared, but this morning when I woke up, I realized I had a bunch of tarot cards that I didn't realize I had.
No, I realized I picked up one tarot card elsewhere, but no, this was a playing card.
Okay.
Which, yeah, I don't know what to do with this tarot card.
I don't know.
I guess you just make a tarot card deck, which is alright, I suppose, if I want to go read some fortunes.
Yeah, or I stumbled across a deck collector telegram that said that he'd pay like I think he said $1.50 per playing card and $1 per tarot. I mean that's chump change, but
Yeah, I don't know. That's barely worth the telegram to tell him, hey, I have a card.
true. And it
But
does say minimum 5 cards before telegramming them. So
yeah, yeah. So I might just toss it in my bank and just leave it there for now. But yeah, I'd like to get a deck of cards, but I'm gonna just brute force it someday. Be like, no, I am gonna pick up this card. I'm just gonna keep on trying it. Oh, by the way, tip advice: if you ever get a for some reason, if you ever feel like doing a hunting job and the drop off
Mhm.
is Thieves Landing, do not, and I repeat, do not drag animals through Thieves Landing. They do not like it, but
Really?
locals don't. Good God. You would act like I murdered someone's mother with how they were shooting at me. And of course,
Jeez.
I didn't have my pistol on me because I honestly, if I'm going hunting, I leave everything valuable in my saddlebags because fuck people wanting to rob me.
Mhm.
And so all I had was my bow, and I was hide up on a roof and just take people out because they just would not calm down. I am so shocked the people who actually live there weren't, coming out saying what the hell I'm doing or law didn't show up. 'Cause how do I explain, hey, I dragged an animal and they got really upset about it? A deer. It wasn't even like a dog or a cat, something owned. It was just a deer
That is
that I
so, especially
that I
for Thieves Landing, all sorts of types are
yeah,
there. Why would they care about a deer being dragged?
I don't know. And what's worse, could even turn in the deer. I forgot that job. And this is white-tailed deer. They basically want nothing with horns. They basically want does.
Okay.
Yeah, very weird. It's like the whole jobs with chicken. You can't turn in a chicken job with roosters because apparently they're not the same.
Interesting. Okay. They're very, very specific.
Very, very stupidly specific. So I got a free perfect cougar yesterday or earlier today.
He's a free one?
Yeah, I was over at McFarland doing way too many. I think I ended up doing like almost $1,000 worth of farm jobs in McFarland.
Wow.
Yeah, I was determined today, but yeah, I was about to go milk the cows to finish up this last job, and I heard that telltale wildcat sound. I was like, oh hell, here we go again. So I pull out my bow, and I just hear one shot, and I was like, did did they already get killed? Did did it spook them? And I just see this guy just casual as can be walk out, and he's like, "All right, it's safe now. You're good." I was
Okay.
like, I was like, I almost want to stop him. I'm like, "My good sir, you've already wooed me. What's your name?" Fucking perfect cougar. So I was like, "All right, I'll take this free $60. Thank you." But yeah, I wish I would have got his name. He did have a nice voice. It kind of made me. I kicked myself in the ass earlier when I didn't get his name because he rode off like right after.
Oh, yeah, you
It, it
should
was
you should have chased him down.
it was like he was there just to kill that one cougar and just leave it. I was like, "My sir, this mysterious man, I must find you again." So now
Maybe
I'm gonna have to go back there tomorrow, at least like see if he's around.
I was about to say maybe you need to go hang out over there and see if you can find him again.
But yeah, I just startled me. So I was like, "Oh hell, I'm going to pick up this man. I'm going to kill this cat with a bow." I really need to just get a rifle, but I'm so determined to get a wagon first.
Yeah. Yeah, I really need to focus on that. I'm definitely not going to tonight. It's too late, but I really need to focus on making that money.
Well, I will say, if you do make mash, I mean, we're not going to stop you from running it, obviously. So you're free to, you know, if you make any, if you want to run it, go on ahead. I would
Yeah.
still write down the ledgers that you've done it just so we know. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna stop you. But if you'd rather rely on us running it and doing other work as well, and also go on ahead.
Yeah, I'm more of a brewer than I am running it.
Oh, right. I had to drop off uh some bottles in Valentine, and these people are running right side by side each other. So I'm like, all right, I'll just kind of go up this little bit on this hill here to kind of go around them, so they don't split their mid conversations. No, no, slid right out of the wagon right in front of them.
Oh no.
And I had like 30 minutes left to deliver this freaking package. So I was like, you didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. And they're like, you're right, sir. We saw nothing. Carry on. Was rode off. I was like, that's so fucking embarrassing. God damn it.
Like it's like me falling off my horse in front of a group of people, just like, oh god.
But what was worse is I thought the horse was like, it suddenly died. I thought it collapsed or something because it wasn't getting up. I just go, oh, please don't. I don't think I can run there fast enough with even a package. Not to mention, it was 3 short deliveries like right next to each other. So I only had, maybe 10 minutes to get there.
Oh god.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, please don't. Not now. Luckily, it got back up eventually. I was like, oh, don't do this. Because it's already kind of suspicious now. I mean, way more suspicious if I'm running through Valentine with a bat, a box.
My other thing with not wanting to run is, remaining masked up for the delivery people until
Yeah.
I'm wanting to do this front business
Yeah, like I said,
to,
it's more of it's a possibility if you'd want to, but I get you don't want to.
yeah.
Yeah, would never ask you to.
I obviously am gonna sell Shine Speakeasy, and I'm sure that's going to,
Yeah,
if someone's stupid enough to open their mouths and earn the attention of the deputies, I know eventually I'm going to be caught, but yeah, just I like the art of making my alcohol and sharing it with customers.
well, that's understandable. So, speaking of that, I think it might be time for me to hit the hay.
All right.
Yeah, I got to be up quite a bit earlier than normal tomorrow, and it's gonna be busy for me. Say that.
Okay.
But yeah, if I'm around, it should be later in the day, and I can't say for how long. So if you do end up wanting to make mash, just let me know, and I'll just pay for the sugar. That way, you just have to collect corn.
Yeah, I might.
If you want to do it on your own. If not, then all good. We'll just do it the next day.
Yeah, I
Whatever day.
depends what all's happening tomorrow. If I have the time, I'll probably make the mash.
So, no rush. Well, it's good money. I know, you keep on striking. The metal's hot, you can end up fucking up the metal, I'd rather not have Luke come back and I have to be like, hey, so guess he's now registered as a criminal.
Yeah, yeah.
Eee. Now, if I get arrested for doing something different, I might laugh a little bit more. Well, I guess it depends on the charge.
What else would you get arrested for?
I I may have spent a night or two in a cell for, a drunken bar fight.
I see.
The one time they tried to get me with a prostitution charge, that was fun. I was not prostituting myself. I was gold digging. There's a difference. One, one's temporary, one's long term. All right, one has a contract with it. But apparently, that was not good enough because I was in an
Mm,
area where there were supposed to be no prostitutes allowed, which I wasn't one. But yeah, no, apparently, all the same to those lawmen.
yeah, usually is.
Rude, I tell you, utterly rude.
They really are. They're no fun.
Exactly, trying to shame a man for looking for some easy coin. All right. You take care and be safe.
Yeah,
Send me a telegram if you need anything or anything comes up.
yeah, we'll do. Don't drink yourself too much in a stupor tonight.
Nah,
Or do.
Kylie, I gotta be responsible this time around. I gotta stay a little sober. So I'm gonna
Oh,
pick up this card and then give it to you. Okay, Kylie. Go figure. Pick up that one. Weird.
Thank you.
Yeah, alright, I'm gonna just put a grass shearer today.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Don't be taking hostage today, please.
I'll try not to. All right. So since we're here, we might as well check for cards. I might not go for too much longer. But I kind of, since we're here, kind of want to look for cards. So the hang up, Dusty.
Hey, you. Looking for a friendly smile?
I already have a friendly smile. I don't need yours. So the thing with Dusty is, she's been locked up in the past from people taking advantage of her. Even when she's cautious, she thinks she's being cautious. She trying to vet these people, holding them back and everything else, judging them, and they still
Ain't nothing new under heaven.
manage to pull fast one on
Hey,
her.
sugar. You want some company?
My company is good enough. So her thing is more focused. The man, Black Cap, the man that she was with, that she kind of kept around as a fling. A man with a mustache sleeps here peacefully. Someone's claiming that room. We're gonna barge right in there. So yeah, the man that she was with there for a little bit, she kind of kept around as like, because he's useful and she's just, you know, having some fun. But it became more. She started to have feelings for him and finally dropped her guard. And then one day she came home from working the cat house because they needed money, so she subjected herself to that and worked the cat house to get money for him, and found him in bed with another woman, which absolutely shattered her. She finally drops her guard, and then this happens. And yeah, she told the woman to get the fuck out before she kills her. And then she and the man had a argument where he basically told her, "It's like, I didn't think a harlot like you would have cared because, you know, she worked the cat house." And then he decided, because he knows that she has bounties on her head, that, well, since we're no longer going to be together, I'm going to cash in. Which shattered her even more. And she had to kill him in order to keep from being taken in for bounty. Which, again, shattered her. So, that started her downward spiral into not trusting anyone, basically turning into a very shallow person to save herself from that again. And she worked more cat houses and brothels. And is this a person? It is not a person. She worked cat houses and brothels, and she basically was used to gather information from these men and stuff, and had flings, and as soon as they got close to her, broke up with them, and she keeps everyone at arm's length. And the one time she decides to, the times that she's joined up with groups, it was always they whisper sweet nothings about things that she can have as in this group. And it turns out that it's not what they say. So, she started to utilize the groups as a do what they say to get benefits out of them too, of a two-way street. If they're going to use her, she'll use them. But she's starting to learn that group dynamics like that can get a little hairy, because there are certain groups, like the one that Al was hinting at, where it would be a little hairy to even leave a situation once it becomes obvious that the group is no longer of use to her. So does she really want to jump in a group like that again? Is she really going to trust these people? Because she's been hurt one too many times. And she's afraid that it's going to happen again. And yet, here she is, spending hours on end collecting cards for Luke. And she's helping them with their ideas and hanging out with them and she's actually enjoying herself. Normally she just kind of like keeps her mask up and giggles and laughs and pretends like she is enjoying herself just to see if she can get some money or some sort of information or something out of an interaction, but she's actually legitimately enjoying herself with these two. So she's just sitting here thinking, can she do this? Can she actually willingly
I don't have a boy yelling at me. Maybe I should.
Yeah.
agree to this? I think I've already walked in here. Didn't I already walk in here? I think I did. I don't know. It's just something she's gonna have to think about, because there's a strong part of her who wants to immediately say yes. But then she starts thinking about her past and starts getting scared. That's the reason why, because Luke said last night, this could be your last group, or something on part of that. And
Miss?
I'm gonna get fucking robbed. I'm pretty sure that was Scarlet. What was it saying? Oh, paraphrasing, but Luke basically said that and she made a noise because she's like, you know, doubtful. I mean, she made a doubtful noise. I doubt it situation. But she wants to believe that. She wants to. There is a small part of her, or a big part of her technically, that actually does want to have something to belong to. She's 32 years old. It's a lonely existence after a while. But being out there by yourself trying to protect yourself, it's tiring too, not having someone to have her back. But so does she willingly take that leap with these guys? Or does she not? Not finding any more cards. We might find the cards in here and then lay our heads down. Because it is getting late. So we'll just wander around town until... I don't feel like there's cards down here. No. Yeah. It's just something she's sitting here thinking about as she's trying to find cards. Is this something she would willingly... Guess we're going through the back door. Willingly say yes to. Nothing here. I doubt there's any on the sheriff's office. You know what? We didn't check, didn't check the office. Maybe there's one upstairs. Then there's like a second story to this place. Jesus Christ, that lady scared the shit out of me. Nothing. There's a lot of places here in Rhodes to look. So we found what we found one at the telegrams and one at the saloon? Is that what we found? There's a lot of like NPCs around. Wait, is that a place to... Huh! It's a place to change clothes here. Is there one around the mill? Wow, you can actually open this place. That'd be a good hiding place, actually. There's one. A random horse. Since there was one here at the mill, I doubt there's another one, but we'll wander around just in case. So we didn't get much RP done today. We got a good talk though with Al. And I talked about Dusty's feelings OCD, or like internally, I guess. So there's that. So I'm still gonna post this up. There's just gonna be a lot of hard fighting. I swear the questions that Luke asked. I know Alistair's one was a you want to work with us type of thing. But I'm pretty sure Luke's was a more of a similar to what Al said this time. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm misremembering. He did talk about his family a little bit. That he's like a branch. In less words than that, but you know. But Dusty is acting like she didn't know that information because Luke also said that he said too much to her and to keep it to herself. So Luke and Alistair are both telling her too much. Which is the reason why Dusty is so good at getting information, is because she can disarm people like that. No, she's not intending to with them, but it's still happening. I think there's some over here if I remember correctly. Actually, I think there's one up here.
And a very good morning to you.
Yep, there's one. Damn. The wrong kind. Weird ass looking dog. Look at the gazebo. Actually, we might as well look at this barn. Pretty sure you can get in this barn. There's a bench over here. Benches are good places for it. Yep. Look at that. Damn. You're welcome. You can actually drink out of this water. Nothing in here besides a horse that was stuck. Alright, let's check the gazebo and I guess around the front of the house. And then we forgot to check the places over there, where the Irish and stuff are. I wish you can get in this house. So I feel like it would be another house that people would claim. Hey, you can't get in there. Can you get in here? Nope. People watching me like, what the fuck is she doing? We'll get our horse and go check out the Irish and stuff over there. That was houses, and then later heads down. Which, since we're over here, we might as well first thing go get the shit we need to make mash. Because the sugar and the corn's over here. Rent a wagon so you can get everything. We're at 25. Oh, we forgot to check the church too. Yeah, we forgot all these areas over here. I could have sworn there was one in the bank. Was there not one in the bank here? Did we come in here to check? I don't even remember. I don't remember. I think we did. Oh, maybe it's Saint Denis I'm remembering. There's like...
Morning, sweetie.
Now that's a fine equine specimen.
fine equine specimen. Can't even say that. I think, I think Dusty will Dollface. Uh, sweetie. I think Dusty will ultimately say yes and be part of this group. But she doesn't want to say yes immediately. But she's also feeling pressured because even though Al said, you know, those questions are different, they're still in a form, in a way, they're still similar. Similar enough for her to kind of tense up and it's like, great, you know, I have to make this decision now. You want... It feels like one of those ultimatum questions. I know that they're, you know, saying that she can still, you know, ride with them and work with them and everything else, but at the same time, oh my god. At the same time, uh, it still feels like she has to say yes or else she loses. You know, feels more like an ultimatum to her. She's feeling pressured to make this decision, even though they're saying, you know, you have time. It's one of those, you have time, but, you know, you don't have to say yes, but... None at the church, as far as I can tell. We did not check this house. I don't think we're gonna get that RP with Conrad, by the way. There's a card here. Damn. Commitment. She has a fear of commitment. For obvious reasons, because she's been hurt so many times. Her fear of commitment developed, I suppose developed right around when her parents died. Like, this is what happens when you grow attached to people. They fucking die. And then she's why he was hands off with her Jean, the person who became her father figure. She's why he was so hands off with her. He would have probably been more hands on, but he recognized someone who was wary of that, so he kept himself as hands off as she wanted him to be. But she doesn't tell the story that way, because she doesn't want to openly admit to the fact that she's got that fear of commitment. There's chickens in here. Oh, 2 roosters and a chicken. No, I'm sorry. Is that a rooster? That is a rooster. That's a chicken. Alright. The many doggos around. Fine, I'll pet you. Or not, okay. Hey lady, you have a card next to you I want.
You mind if you just move on over a bit?
I would like you to move over a bit so I can pick
Can
up
I
this
help
card.
you?
You're about to help me.
Just leave me alone!
That's all I wanted. You get up briefly so I can get up that card. Oh, see, it wasn't even worth for you to get up. Oh well. Alright. Nothing around here. Did I check this one? Did I check that one? Why does this not look familiar? Oh no, I guess it is. Last set. I miss the Pavi. Good lord, that guy's bony as hell. I know for a fact there's some here. At least one here. Note on the wall that reads, "Fuck cornbread." Uh-huh. There's a stove in here I didn't know about. Is that a card? No. Oh, you can actually not get in this one? You can only get in that one. Interesting. Alright, well, that's all the areas. And we got no more playing cards. So we'll just go ahead and head out for the night. You know, 25 playing cards, not bad, not bad. We'll definitely get a deck by the time Luke gets back. But yeah, like I said, since we're here, we're likely to go rent a wagon and get what we need as far as mash and making mash. Wait, did someone kill that dog or was he just laying there? Couldn't tell. I'm trying to let's see, because the way that Dusty makes it is the right way with the mash, where you need a oven. So she would have to get her stuff and then go to Blackwater to do it. But the problem is she doesn't have someone to help her. We're gonna find a place around here to cook as a water and burner. Probably like around here somewhere. We'll scout around tomorrow again because we're gonna be picking up cards anyways, and find a place here to cook it. Because if she had people, then someone could watch the wagon while they make the stuff inside, but her apartment. That's not the case, so alright. Go ahead and log out here so we're not awkwardly logging on to someone. And that's it for me. I had a little bit of RP there towards the end, but most of this was card hunting. Hopefully it's interesting enough to watch. I will be back tomorrow.